To speak, yes.
Is leave granted? Leave's granted. The member for Kennedy.
My great-grandfather, who was also great-grandfather of Christian Porter in this place, his brother and he tossed a coin to see who would go and who would stay. And great-grandfather lost, so his brother went to Gallipoli. He will always be at Gallipoli. There's a wonderful movie, Saving Private Ryan, I think the most moving scene I have ever seen in a movie. The camera's behind the mother, and the two men in black come up the driveway and hand her the telegram. And every single thing that is in that woman's body that keeps her upright just crumples as she falls into the floor, knowing that her three sons are dead. Well, my great-great-grandmother stood at the doorway and received that telegram, and my great-grandmother also stood in the doorway and received that telegram. And a terrible piece of irony, Bert Henley, some years after he returned from Shanghai prison, died prematurely. Having said those things, it was my generation that went to Vietnam, and I was lucky enough to not have to go. I was one of the lucky ones. But of those that went and the sacrifices they made, and I think that the Leader of the Opposition, it was a very moving story that he told at the university. And the Governor of Queensland and myself, who are presidents of university colleges in those days, she was the ambassador to China. And I said, was Mao Zedong as bad as people made him out to be? 28 million dead? And she said, no, it wasn't 28 million. I said, well, how many was it? She said, it was 48 million. And the last three books I read said 48 million. Now, we lived in a period where the communists were taking a country on average every 2 years. And Stalin, as the history books tell you, responsible for 28 million deaths. Well, you know, the monstrosities of communism in those two countries accounted for 100 million deaths. Now, every year, 2 years, they were taking the country until they hit Vietnam. And the Governor-General of Australia, on this day last year, said it was the final battle. Never again did the communists take another country. So the history books are now written, and we know that those people who are unlucky enough, and I think the word is unlucky, to have been balloted or been sent to Vietnam are the heroes that turned back the monstrosity that just in two countries had murdered 100 million people. If we pay a tribute, I finish by reciting a wonderful country music song which centres upon the Battle of Bathsheba. And it concludes by saying, the angel of death, with his knock at the door, the crumpled up telegram falls to the floor. Her reason for living is living no more, as she cries for the pride of Australia. Thank you.